Cynthia. Trying to figure this out. Hey Judah, hey Lon. Let's see. We're gonna get started in a couple minutes. I'm just trying to get this adjusted. Hey kitty. Alright. Good morning. Alright. You can say hi to everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
So Scott's going to be playing with us again. I think he's enjoying this just as much as we are, I hope. So hope you all are having a good morning. Good morning. Just going to let it, kind of give it a couple minutes, let everyone get in. Hi, Emery. Hi, Dad. All right. This goofy thing. This is always the trick, I think, is getting like the right angle on this goofy thing. Sorry, y'all. There, I think we're good. All right, sorry. Okay. All right, good morning, y'all. Can you hear everything? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear the music okay? Yes? No? Good? All right, so we're gonna get started. And this morning, well, now I can't see. I can't see what it says. Okay, good. Thank you. Cool. I think there's a little delay on all of the internet communication anyway. All right, so we're gonna get started this morning. And whatever you'd like to use for props, a pillow, towel for your knees, anything like that, feel free. We're gonna work this morning seated for a little bit at first. So find a comfortable seat and we will begin. So if you'll find a comfortable seat, and usually sitting up on something higher to bring your hips higher will start to relax the knees and start to soften through the hip flexors. So just finding that comfortable seat first. Letting your hands rest onto the knees, and then just beginning to start to feel your seat get grounded. And today is Earth Day. So I think something that I've just learned over time with my yoga practice that's just kind of, I think, one of the best benefits is remembering that it's all connected. That every bit of our body, our minds, our spirit, each breath, it's all connected. And then taking that a little bit further, especially on today, is that we are part of this amazing planet we live on, and what we do on the mat, what we take off the mat, physically, mentally, the choices we make a huge difference. So this is just a poem that was written, and it's almost really just to make this connection understandable even to a child. So it's, I think, the more simple the better. So this is by Jane Yolen. I am the earth, and the earth is me. Each blade of grass, each honey tree, each bit of mud and stick and stone is blood, my muscle, my skin and bone. And just as I need every bit of me to make my body fit, so the earth needs the grass, the stones, the tree, and things that grow here naturally. That's why we celebrate this day. That's why we cross the world and say, as long as life is dear and free, I am the earth, and the earth is me. So, keeping that thread of connection and understanding and just beautiful energy and thought of intention that it's all connected. We'll keep that with us today as we move and breathe. So just bringing your hands together at your heart center, bowing towards the heart in Anjali Mudra, a symbol of heartfelt gratitude. So letting your seat feel grounded into the earth. And as we begin to breathe in a little bit more deeply, starting to feel your seat get grounded and then beginning to grow the spine a little taller, crown of the head reaching up. So almost like you're drawing the belly in to lift the crown of the head higher. And we're going to take the hands up over the head, interlacing your fingers, palms stretching, wrists stretching over the head. And then on your exhale, we're going to round the back, reaching your hands forward. So feeling the shoulder blades gently move away from one another as you push the hands forward. Draw the belly in to support the spine even here. And then draw the belly in a little bit stronger, tighter towards the spine, and then reaching back up. So growing a little taller each time with each inhale. And then exhale round. So take this a few more times as you lift each breath, carrying you in and out of this shape in the spine. Feel the movement in the breath connect, taking this at your pace. Taking one more time as you lift up, arms extend over the sky. And then extend the arms out, shoulders relax down. So hands are kind of at shoulders width here. So keep reaching your fingers wide. And then from here, draw the belly in. We're going to gently twist. So reaching to your right, left arm goes back. And then coming from center, right arm goes back, left arm goes forward. So just kind of taking this as a gentle twist, opening up through the upper back. So arms can extend, they can bend, whatever feels good. And then kind of start to speed it up. And then we're going to lift the arms up over the head. Reach the arms nice and long overhead, and then we're going to fold forward. So just waking up the entire spine here. As the hands reach forward, keep reaching your seat back, breathing into the entire back. You'll start to feel some stretch into the hips even here, but keep sending the breath into that area. And then slowly start to walk the hands back up. And then we'll reverse the order of the legs, whichever one was on top. And this time bring your hands to the knees. We're going to start to kind of move from the hips all the way to the crown of the head, starting to make some circles. So sending your chest towards one knee, then the other, and moving around here. So kind of churning into the lower belly, into the pelvic bowl. Start to draw the belly in as you're doing this, and see if you can make the circles a little bit bigger, maybe rounding a little further back, reaching a little bit further forward. So all these movements open up each side of the spine, the front, the back, the lateral sides. And then as you start to move a little bit more, start to even let the shoulders sway with this. And your head and your neck. Change directions, going the opposite rotation. And making your way all the way around, starting to let the head, neck, and shoulders move around. And then find a nice tall seat, letting everything kind of softly relax here. And then we're going to take the legs out in front of us. And And just start to pedal the knees, the feet, letting everything kind of start to move here. And then we're going to send that left leg nice and long, flexing that left foot, feeling some strength. So we start to feel kind of grounded through the back of that leg. And then we're going to bring the right knee into the chest. So this is kind of, we're going to open up the hips a little bit more. So we're going to kind of cradle the right knee into the right elbow, and then take hold of your right foot and bring it in across the body. So as much as it feels good to you. So it might be for some people your foot's out here. It might be your foot comes in. Just kind of see where it feels good to you. But ideally we're just kind of cradling that right leg in, and then we're going to make some circular motions here, holding the hip, holding that right leg. And then we'll come to stillness. And then we'll literally start to move the leg. So using that left arm and right arm to literally churn that hip socket. And then going back in the opposite direction. So everybody's a little bit different, and even right and left hip on everybody is a little different as well. So see where it feels good to you. It's just, honestly, and I always like to encourage everyone, like, do what feels good. Like and even more so at home, like nobody's watching you. See what feels good. Sometimes you go a little further in one direction or the other. But really just kind of opening this ball and socket joint, softening all those tendons and connective tissues, getting some circulation in there. And then we'll reach it out, pedal the feet out, bend one knee then the other, and then just kind of feel the difference. Right and left side, even just that little bit of movement. And then we'll come to the opposite side, so bending the left knee, cradling that left knee into the left elbow, and then we'll hold on to the foot with the hand. So depending on how it feels to you. For me, this like almost comes in a little further. I'm definitely different on that right and left. So everybody's a little different, either side. And then we'll start to kind of circle and make some circular motions with the hip. Moving around there. Change that direction, going the opposite. And notice you have to engage the core to kind of create that little balance and support here as well. Using your breath to kind of send some energy and breath into it, feeling any tightness. And then holding on to that foot and knee. We're going to just literally rotate everything around. So you're holding that foot, that leg, kind of cradling everything, allowing some movement to come in all the way through in each circle as you make your way around. And then come back. And then send that leg out again. Pedal your knees out, feet, let everything kind of start to warm up. And then we're going to start to warm up through the backs of the legs, taking some seated sun salutation. So feet are flexed. A little bit of energy kind of moves in here. So Lon, this is for you. I ask God, it's Earth Day. We're going to play Eyes of the World. It's a celebration. I don't think they'll mind. So take a big deep breath. Inhale up. Arms extended on your exhale. Fold forward, reaching towards the toes. On your breath, inhale, hands to the shins, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. So we're stretching into the backs of the legs, lengthen the spine, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Deep breath in, take the arms up. Exhale, fold towards the toes. Inhale, long spine. So the hands come to the shins on that long spine, spining that support, and exhale, fold. Deep breath in, use the belly, draw that energy in, bring everything back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So your legs are still in flexion, feet are in flexion, using strength to support you. Take a deep breath, come all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, relax down. One more time, take a deep breath, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. From here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. And then just bring your hands to your feet. Start to fold forward, allowing your head to move towards the ground, heart towards the feet. So depending on how you feel, if your hips feel pretty tight, I like to use my elbows on my knees and literally kind of press the knees away, almost like you're opening a book here. And you can apply as much pressure as it feels good to you. And if the hips are really tight, the feet can be further away from you, and then press the elbows down. So take some big deep breaths here. Allow that breath to move into any spaces that really feel tight and need that. One more big deep breath here. And then we're going to slowly come up, bringing the knees together. This time bring your hands behind you and just letting your knees rock from one side to the other. So if you're on a bolster and you feel too high, you can come off of it. So you're just letting your knees rock to one side and then slowly come back up. So the slower you come back up, it's like a little massage to that outer hip. Center, we're going to make our way onto our mat and our tabletop. So if you have blocks or books, you might want to keep them close by. We're just going to kind of start with a little bit more spinal movement. If you want a blanket under the knees for support, you can do that as well. So I'll just kind of show you where you would put it. If you have one, it's great. If not, no worries. So just keeping a little bit of extra support and cushion underneath. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, looking back through your feet. Start to move with your breath, full spinal movement as you round the back, exhaling fully. Push the hands into the earth. And then reverse the curve of the spine, lifting your hips, lifting your gaze to the sky. And then move through this just 3 times with your breath. We've moved through these spinal movements. So it's just letting everything start to move with breath. Coming back through center. Take your gaze over your left shoulder, looking back at your hips so you start to feel a little crunching on that left side, open stretch on the right, and then come back through center. Look over your right shoulder, feeling some openness on the left, a little crunch on the right. And then just kind of moving side to side, opening that lateral motion into the spine. One more time to either side. And then we'll come back to child's pose. So big wide open knees, big toes touch. So you can let those knees open as wide as it feels good. Let your hips sit back first. So you're just kind of sitting like a little frog. And then see if you can walk your hands down, letting your heart reach towards the ground. So towards is always the optimal word. And letting your forehead eventually come towards the floor as well. Take some big deep breaths wherever you are. So depending on your body, you maybe have the hips a little higher. Just see where it feels best for you. If this is not a happy place for your hips or knees, you can extend the legs back and just lay flat. You can skip it all together. One more big deep breath here. And we're going to slowly come back up. And then bring the knees to the mat. So while we're here, I'm going to kind of show you a different transition you can use coming in and out of some of these kind of sun salutation flows. I like to kind of use this to give my back a break and my shoulders a break. So I'm just going to kind of guide you through this. Don't worry about doing it just yet. So if you're coming from your downward facing dog, one way to kind of move through your transition is from here in your downward facing dog, you bring your knees to the mat. Exhale just briefly to a child's pose. Hands and feet stay right where they are. And then inhale, round the spine up. Let your hips come forward. So my arms are really strong here to hold the whole upper body up and then lengthen the spine. To come out, exhale. Reaching back towards the child's pose, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. So if you want to try that together, so coming into downward facing dog, hands find their place, knees and hips just kind of walking everything out. And then we'll try that together. So from your downward facing dog, move forward, let the knees come down, hands and feet stay right where they are. Briefly reach your seat back for a little brief child's pose.
And then on your inhale, round the spine up. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Keep reaching the hips towards the wrists.
And then lengthen the spine, reach the heart, beat the chest up. And then exhale back. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog.
So it's a little bit more of a gentle transition here. One more time with that. So breathe in from your downward facing dog. Move forward down onto the knees. Exhale, let your hips reach back towards your heels. On your breath, inhale, move forward. Hands and feet stay where they are.
And then reach the heart forward, upward facing dog. Lengthening up, still strong in the arms. As you come back, draw the belly in, curl the toes under, downward facing dog.
So keep moving with that if you like, as we go through our Sun Salutation transitions today. So we're going to take a little bit of a gentle walk up towards the top of the mat. Walk your feet up towards the hands, finding a nice try to find as much length. You can even take the hands off of the floor and just move your hands to the knees.
So for these purposes, we're going to use the blocks, finding some length, deep breaths in. And then on your exhale here, shift the hips back, straighten that right leg, walk the hands back, folding over that right leg. Now we're going to take that back and forth a few times with breath. So on your inhale, rock forward, bending into that front knee. Exhale, fold back. So this is really kind of the gentle variation to move slow with breath. If you want to add on to create a little bit more heat, and I'm just offering this because you're at home, you can do it if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. As you come forward, as you inhale, if you want, you can reach the arms up. On your exhale, reach and swing back, straighten that front leg. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, reach back. So using your stability to bring you back and forth. So the hands either coming here or all the way up. Reaching back with your exhale. And then we're going to move forward one more time. Once you find this place in your low lunge, everyone taking the arms up. Kind of squeezing energy in through midline. So the inner thighs squeeze together, belly draws in, take your arms up overhead. And then we're going to swing the arms around. Reaching the arms forward, big circles here. Notice you have to engage from the lower belly. Build your foundation and then bring that energy up. And then we're going to bring the arms back, switch the direction. As you come forward this next time, placing your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. So letting your hips lift, bending one knee then the other, kind of moving back and forth, pedaling your dog out your pace. So here's that spot where we're going to add that little gentle transition. So look forward, knees come down,
Reach back to that little brief child's pose. Lengthen the spine here. And then rounding the back up, feeling the spine round. And then let your hips reach forward toward the wrist. Lift the heart. Upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, reach back, curl the toes under. And then make your way back, downward facing dog. And again, walking your feet out. And then walk your feet all the way up to meet the hands. So we'll all meet in this nice forward fold here. Breathing in and out, allowing your full body to create traction as the crown of the head moves towards the floor. And again, if the hands don't reach the floor, bend your knees. Draw the belly in, and then begin to lift your seat. We don't want to retch into this at all. One more big deep breath. Bend your knees, bring your seat back pretty deeply, and then reach down, round up. Hands come overhead, and exhale hands to heart center. So as you find your way up here, feel the feet, feel the breath, feel the energy in the body as your circulation starts to move a little bit more. It's all connected. The breath supports each part of our movement. Each heartbeat supports each part of the breath, each part of the movement. So, continue to move with that breath. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. Maybe even reach back just a bit. And then exhale, right through heart center. Lowering down, reaching the crown of the head towards the floor. So towards is really always my favorite word in yoga. We're not really ever going to be anywhere exactly. Just moving towards something. Take a big deep breath in. And we'll step our right foot far back. Lowering that right knee down onto either your mat or onto that towel if you have it. So again, if you have your blocks, I like my blocks, I've got short arms. So my blocks act really like little extensions of my arms. So if I'm up here, there's no way my hands are at the floor, but my blocks kind of let me be in this shape with a longer spine rather than rounding towards the floor. So take some big deep breaths here. Find this space. Start to move with your breath gradually. So as you inhale this time, we're going to reach the hips back. Sending the hips back, lifting your left toes. Inhale, reaching forward, plant that foot down, stretching into the hip flexors. So this will be kind of that gentle variation, moving back and forth with breath. And this is your pace. Remember, it can be as slow or as fast as you like. If you find a place you want to linger, do so. When we're doing this, we're kind of stretching into the hip flexor when we move forward, and then the hamstring when we move back. So if you want to add on to that, next time you come forward, bring the arms up. On your exhale, release back. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, sweep back. Using the blocks or bringing the arms up. We'll take this 3 more times together. Using the breath, carrying you in and out. And then wherever you are as you come up, on this last time, set your foundation, and then we're going to bring the arms all the way up. And then we're going to begin with those big circles. So start your foundation, squeeze inner thigh together, draw the belly in, and then we're going to begin to make some big circles with the arms, reaching around. Send your breath into those places that need it. You're building strength with each inhale and exhale. And then sweep the arms around opposite direction. And then we'll lower your hands and step your left foot back to meet your right. This time taking a wide stance in your downward facing dog. So feet kind of reach to the outer edges of the mat. And then bend one knee, then the other. Moving back and forth, letting your hips shift. Head, neck, and shoulders. And then step your feet back to that hip distance position. And we're going to move through that transition. So on your inhale, Move down to the knees. That little brief child's pose. And then round the spine up, literally like that cat back, just reaching the back to the sky.
And then reach your hips towards your wrists, lifting the heart. On your exhale, child's pose. So take your time, find that wide knees child's pose. Take your biggest, deepest breaths here. Each breath supporting the body. Each heartbeat moving your circulation. The bones, the joints, all of the organ systems, all of them. Just kind of connect into each part of this little dance the body's doing all day long. So yoga really is just that tool. It aids in that harmony your body's trying to create all the time. So taking care of yourself, you can take care of each other. Take 3 more big deep breaths here, letting everything just slowly release into that child's pose. Allowing your breath to be steady. Allow the breath to create space. Slowly make our way up. Moving from your child's pose. Curl the toes under, finding your downward facing dog. Bending one knee and then the other. And then we'll start to walk your feet up towards the hands again. Hands to the shins, find a long spine. So reaching your seat back, round the head forward. Bend your knees pretty deeply. I like to sweep the hands down, come all the way up. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. So from here, we're going to do a little standing work. So our half moon standing, so we're going to kind of move from the ground up. Take your inhale, take the arms up over the head. Let's see if I can find my arms. Sorry, all this spacing is all weird. So taking hold of your right wrist with your left hand, reaching all the way over. Breathe into that space. So we ground into the feet, draw the belly in, keep reaching up and out, and then take your gaze down towards the floor. Breathing into that space. Inhale, come up. Switch hands, so right grabbing the left wrist, and then reaching over to the opposite side. Again, the gaze can be down at the floor, up at the sky, neutral, whatever feels best to you. But keep pushing down into the ground, lifting up through the core, draw the belly in, and then reach as far as you can. Inhale up. So we're going to stay with that movement, but let the arms come down for a moment. Take some big open swings and circles into the hands. And then bring the arms up. So this time, right hand holding onto the left wrist. This time we're going to step your right foot kind of crisscross and behind the left. So our knees kind of cross, reach up and out, and then take it all the way over. So we kind of squeeze from midline and then reach up and out. Draw the belly in, and again, gaze is where it feels best. Breathe in. Feel grounded from the feet all the way up. Inhale, come up. Switch hands, so left to right, and then crossing over, reaching to the opposite side. Breathe into that space, squeeze from midline. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, hands come all the way down. So as your arms find their way alongside the body, just standing in Tadasana, our mountain pose. So standing firmly grounded with your breath. Even here, start to feel that midline energy. Draw up through the legs, draw the belly in, shoulders back. So find that nice tall spine. Close the eyes, take a few deep breaths here. Each breath, each heartbeat, each part of our body as it connects. We take care of ourselves so we can take care of each other. So we're going to begin to move into some balance. So we're going to let all of our weight shift into that left foot. Right foot's either going to find the ankle or the inside of the shin. This is totally up to you, so balance here. What I like to do, let's bring your feet back down. So bring your hands together, heart center. So pushing your hands together. This is kind of just the physics of it. You want to feel your left hand pushing into right and right into left. So you're really kind of creating an oppositional energy, strong through the hands. Now imagine this whole energy line through the body. We want our right and left side to kind of squeeze in. So draw your belly in, squeeze it in, squeeze the inner thigh in. And now push down into that left foot. Right foot kind of comes to that ankle. But where you're pushing, push your foot into the ankle and ankle into the foot. Now depending on where it feels good to you, bring the foot all the way up into the calf or all the way up inside the thigh. But it's really going to be, you want to push the left into the right and the right into the left. So that same idea of hand energy reaching. Now my foot and my leg are working together. But wherever you are, stay in that kind of midline energy. Everything squeezes together. And then we'll begin to draw the belly in. If it feels right to you, reaching up and out. So you can also use a wall if it's right behind you, next to you, and you can turn to use that support as well. So we're all just learning and growing here. And then reach the arms out. Keep stretching fingertips wide, and then bring that midline energy, and notice if you bring it back into center. Squeeze everything in. And now here, we're going to bring that right knee into the chest. Standing in balance. Keep that right foot in flexion, and then release it down. And then just kind of release it out. So when we bring everything midline balance, I always like to kind of shake it out, let it all release. Or we move to the opposite side. Then we'll come back to center. And again, both feet grounded on the mat. And if you want to use a wall, you've got one behind you. Well, at least I do. But wherever you are, if you need something to support, a chair, anything, feel free to use it. So again, find that midline energy, hands coming together at heart center. So pushing right into left and left into right. So it's really oppositional, like you were pushing your hands through each other. Now draw the belly and squeeze everything in from right to left. Mid-thigh, draw the legs in. So starting to shift your weight into that right foot. Left foot kind of balances. You can start here at the ankle and pushing the foot into the ankle and the ankle into the foot. And you can start moving it up. If it feels best to you, you can continue moving up, but just avoiding your knee. Now squeezing that midline energy, the foot into the hand into the foot, and then bring your hands back together, heart center. So squeezing everything midline. Keep lengthening the crown of the head up. Keep breathing in all the way from the foot to the crown of the head. If you're wobbling, then it's working. That's how we're creating strength. And then if it feels right to you, grow your branches, reach the arms up over the head. So your hands really kind of are in a dynamic energy pose, almost like you're going to reach your fingertips, create energy out of the fingertips. And then as you exhale, we'll bring the hands back down, arms out. Keep reaching through balance, and then bring that knee into the chest, foot in flexion. Squeeze everything in, and then relax it down. Let everything shake out. So if you're at the top of the mat, we're going to come into some lateral movements. So take your arms up, exhale right through heart center. Let your hands find the ground. Inhale, hands to shins. And then we're going to let the hands come to the ground and step your left foot far back. But we're going to quarter turn to the left so your toes now are parallel. We're going to find this big wide knee, wide ankle forward fold. So start to bend your right knee and then coming towards your left. So as you straighten one, bend the other, and kind of moving with that lateral motion. If it feels good to you, you can lift the heel, lift the foot, the toes as you're moving back and forth. Now, if you want to add a little bit more onto this again, it's all up to you. These are just some gentle motions to get the body moving. If you want to kind of add on, come back up, hands to heart center. Draw the belly in, and we're kind of moving side to side. But you focused, kind of move side to side with the body. And then we'll come back through center, straight, both legs. So bringing your hands from heart center, take the arms up. Exhale, fold, bring your hands down to the earth or to blocks, whatever brings you to that appropriate height. We're going to place our left hand in center. Inhale, take the right arm up to the sky. So as you reach up, that left hand pushes down, right arm up to the sky. That's oppositional energy again. Breathing in and out. She's fine. And then keep reaching up. Hi, Lil. How are you? Come on, lay down. And then on your exhale, we're going to reach the right hand down. Inhale the left. So keep reaching up. Right hand keeps finding its way down towards the floor. Keep reaching your left hand up. And then exhale, release down. So here, starting to let the crown of the head move towards the floor. As you're breathing in, we create traction. So what I mean by that is we're letting the tailbone reach up, crown of the head reach down. But keep letting the belly draw in to keep lifting the seat to let the crown of the head move towards the floor. Take some big deep breaths here. On your inhale, finding a long spine, hands come to the ground, nice and long arms, then bring your hands to your hips. We're going to come all the way up. Take some big deep breaths here. Now turning your right toes towards the top of the mat, bending into that right knee and open up warrior two. So we extend the arms out. Take some big deep breaths. Turn the palms up to soften the shoulders. We're not going to be here long. Just send your breath out. And then we're going to cartwheel the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Reaching your hips back, let your heels reach towards the ground. And then find your transition. We're going to move the knees down to the ground. Brief child's pose, hips back. Inhale, rounding the spine. Let your hips come forward, let your heart lift up. And then curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Walking your feet up towards your hands. Finding that standing forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So finding Tadasana again. Steadiness with the breath. So we're going to come to that opposite side now with lateral movement. Inhale the arms up. On your exhale, step your right foot far back. Let your hands come down, and we're going to quarter turn to your right. So if you're not facing the screen, it's all good. We're going to just kind of rock side to side, walking your hands towards one foot then the other. Bend one knee and then straighten the other. Again, take it at your pace. What feels good to you? And then coming back to center. All 10 toes facing one direction. Inhale, finding that long spine. And then bend your knees just a little bit, bringing your hands to your hips. Come all the way up. This time we're going to turn our toes out. So all 10 toes kind of facing away from each other. We're going to come into a little bit of a squat position. Again, if this doesn't feel good to you in your legs, we want to kind of have your knees come out directly over the ankles. If this is too much on your legs, your knees, don't worry about the leg position. We're going to work with some arm variation on this too. So if this is a happy place for you, come to your squat, or that kind of goddess squat rather. So breathing into your legs, then your arms out. So again, remember, if this is not a happy place for your legs, straight. You can stay right here. All up to you. So arms extended out, this time right under left. Intertwining the arms. Begin to lift your elbows towards the height of that chin. Breathing into the shoulders, breathing into the arms. Now your legs are doing some work here if you're bent, so breathe into that space. Keep drawing the belly in. Lift the toes, round into the balls of the feet and the heels. Deep breath in, and then as you exhale, straighten the legs, everybody together, and then just fold forward. Breathing into the back. This is an awkward little hold, but no, you can do it. Softening through the shoulders, the back. On your inhale, bend the knees again. Come all the way up. And then in, let the arms release. So again, starting with the toes out. Straight legs, or you can come into that goddess squat. But starting, arms extend out. This time left under right. So we kind of crisscross the arms. Elbows start to lift to about the height of the chin. And then if it feels right to you, start to bend into the legs again. Take some big deep breaths. Draw the belly in. Drop your seat a little further. But keep reaching up and out with the arms. Send your breath into the spaces that need it most. Your breath has wisdom. Your body will rise to the occasion. Now wherever you are, begin to fold forward, straighten the legs and fold. Keep some softness in the knees. Just hugging everything in. On your breath, inhale, come all the way up. Let the arms release. And then we're going to come into a little bit of a goddess squat, all the way down in Malasana. So you want to kind of bring your feet in towards hips distance, not necessarily exactly hip distance. So this is going to look a little different for everybody. So I like to have my feet kind of turned out, hands to heart center, and then I'm going to squat all the way down. Elbows kind of come inside the knees. So my seat's kind of in this little hover. Now notice your heels will either be flat here or they'll be up, depending on how it feels. If you need something under. Now if your feet are facing forward, if I were facing forward, my heels come up. That's just kind of natural Achilles tendon. So see if changing the position of your feet does anything to help you find a little bit more grounded space. And then bring your hands together, lift and lengthen through the spine as much as you can. Elbows reaching out, so I'm kind of using this oppositional energy again. My knees squeezing the elbows, elbows pushing against the knees. Keep lengthening up through the spine, crown of the head reaches up as your seat reaches down. And then the breath goes into all of it. One more big deep breath here. And then we're going to come out. It's not always graceful. Let your seat come back. Straighten the leg down. Find that comfortable seat, and now just pedal your feet out. Make some circles with the ankles. Let everything start to release. And then we're going to make our way all the way down onto the mat. We're going to work in our bridge pose. So from here, we're going to roll all the way down. So make sure when you come down onto the mat, you've got plenty of room. So we're going to roll all the way down. If you have a block or a bolster or a blanket, anything you want to use, we're going to come into a bridge pose, planting your feet down and begin to lift your hips up. So we're stretching into the front of the legs, the back. So depending on where it feels best to you, block can be underneath the sacrum. Or if you don't want to skip the block, you can kind of roll the shoulders in towards each other, hands can intertwine together. Everyone can kind of make that choice, what feels best to them. I'm going to stick with the block underneath the hips. Shoulders start to open, so turning your palms to face the sky. That kind of opens the shoulders a little bit more.
settle into the breath. Each breath filling you up. Each breath helping you to slow down. Planting the feet down, begin to lift the hips just a little bit more, and then using abdominal control, slowly lower down vertebra by vertebra. So we lower the pelvis down last, feeling completely grounded through the whole entire spine now. Now we're going to come into a supine version of pigeon. So send your left leg long onto the mat. Then we're going to bring our right knee in towards the right shoulder. So we're kind of squeezing that in. So again, finding opposite energy lines. As you reach the left heel away from you, bring your right knee in towards the right shoulder. Draw the belly in. And then we're going to reach for that right foot with the left hand. So we're kind of crossing the body with the shin, kind of creating that diagonal line. And then with all of your might, kind of squeeze that right leg in as you're sending your left leg away. Send some deep breaths into that space. And then notice what it feels like when you soften the grip. Letting go of that left foot, bringing both hands towards that right knee, or even just that right hand onto the right knee. And then starting to make some big circles with that right knee. Opening up your hip, feeling that full space start to rotate, maybe a little bit more freedom in it than when we began class, hopefully. And then change directions. And then bringing that right knee in. We're going to cross that right knee over the body. So bringing that right knee all the way over to the opposite side. And then reaching that right arm away. So coming into supine twist. Taking the gaze over the right shoulder. So the twist really happens in the upper back and the shoulders and the neck. Our lower back really isn't meant to twist. So here, to bring your right knee over more, you can stack the hips. Your pelvis kind of stays in that straight position. You don't want to twist into it. Some big deep breaths here, creating space through the lungs with each breath. And then as you come back through center, coming back on to our backs, bending both knees, planting both feet. And just let your arms relax. Feel the spine in neutral for just a moment. And we'll begin to straighten the right leg out. Bringing your left knee in. So we squeeze that left knee towards the left shoulder. And then reach your right heel away. So that's oppositional energy line moving in two directions. Right heel away from you, left knee towards you. So we squeeze that in, stretching into the glutes, the seat, the hip. And then we're going to take our right hand holding onto that left foot. And then see if you can bring that foot or ankle towards that right side of the body. So we're kind of creating a diagonal line with the shin. And again, find length in the spine. Reach that crown of the head away from the foot. Then begin to squeeze with all your might, squeezing that left knee and left foot in towards the body. Feel the tension when we're really holding tight. And then soften your grip. Feel that difference. Softening our grip. But still knowing we're doing the work.
and softening with each breath. And then as you're ready, letting go of that foot. And then we're going to hold on to the left knee with the left hand, making some big circles with that knee. Kind of creating space in that entire socket. So as big as the circles feel good to you. And then changing directions. Cross that left knee over the body, so coming into a supine twist. So again, my left hip stacks over the right, but my twist is happening through the upper body, so I'm gazing over the left shoulder. And take some big deep breaths here. With each breath, feeling the breath expand, rib cage making space. And then releasing out of the twist, coming onto your back. So placing both feet on the mat, letting your pelvis become level, letting your full spine just feel supported underneath you. And then bringing your knees into the chest. Now as you're here, now just beginning to make some big circles with both knees. So both legs going in the same direction. I like to take this as slow as possible, and you start to kind of feel that little massage into the lower back and into the sacral plate where it meets the pelvis. So kind of just take your time, becoming aware of all those little spaces in the lower back and the body. Nice little lower back massage you can give yourself here. And then bringing your knees in the opposite direction. Eventually making your way out onto your mat, extending the legs, the arms, feeling everything relax, feeling supported from below, and making your way into your Shavasana. So letting your arms, your legs, everything relax out onto the mat. Letting everything feel supported from below. Allowing your head to just rest completely. Feeling the weight of the feet and the heels relax onto the mat. The legs. Your seat, your hips. Your lower back and your belly. Feeling your upper back, your chest. Shoulders, arms, hands. Even softening into the muscles of the face. Each breath connecting it all. Each breath allowing yourself to slow down even more. Each breath just allowing yourself to just be. breath again. Starting to move your hands and feet. And then making your way over onto one side. Using your arm for a pillow. And we'll slowly begin to make your way up to a comfortable seat. And when you find that comfortable seat, bring the hands together at heart center. Bowing towards the heart in Anjali Mudra, a symbol of heartfelt gratitude. So taking a moment for all that we do have to be grateful for. Class together, the sound of Om, taking a deep breath in fully. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy, be healthy, be free. May we each play our part. And most importantly, the light in me honors the light of each of you. Namaste. Have a great day, y'all. And of course, can't wait till we can be back in real life in person. So thanks for having us in your homes this morning. Hope you enjoyed. And thanks to this lovely fella for playing us some tunes this morning.
Namaste, y'all.
He thinks it's snowing in the hat. I don't know. Hope you all have a great day. Take care. See you soon, I hope.